In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to assemble the I Heart You cam-driven kinetic sculpture. This is one of my most intricate mechanical designs, so thank you so much for the support. Before we get started, make sure you have all the parts printed and you have all the additional required parts as well. There's a full parts list included in the download file. Let's start by hammering the bearings into all of the links that have the big holes that will fit a bearing. So make sure you tap the bearing in, not too hard, just enough to get it in, and then repeat that for all of the other links. Now grab one of your M4 by 12 millimeter screws. That goes through the bearing, add a washer on the other end, and then that'll screw into the hole on the slider piece. And you want a nice, secure fit here, but you want the bearing to be able to spin freely. Now repeat that for the rest of the links. This double-sided long link corresponds with this slider. This link with the plastic post goes through the link with the bigger hole. C-clamp that into place. On this link, make sure that the screws are going from the side with the little flange towards the flat side. Throw the washer onto that. And then that screws into the slider with the little piece missing from the front. And then repeat that for the other side. And for the center link, the little circle piece goes in through the hole in the center link, and then that C-clamps into place. You'll notice here that I have a little bit of a scuff on the front of this part. I just learned this trick from Uncle Jesse on TikTok. Use the heat gun, and that will clear all the scuffs and give you a nice clean finish. Alright, let's keep going. Grab your frame piece. That goes onto the base in this orientation. So you see this little piece on the side of the frame sticking out. That goes on this side of the frame, and then use your 3D printed screws to screw the thing into place. You don't want to tighten the screws down too much, otherwise they might break. Feel it out, and you'll see here I should have 4 screws. I lost one, didn't feel like printing another one, and it holds. And here's a pro tip: if you have rubber feet, those give it a really nice feel when you put them on the bottom of the base. Slide the shaft through the hole in the actuator, and then grab this piece and slide it down onto the end of the shaft. Make sure that the pawls on each side line up. So you'll notice here, if you turn it this way, they don't really line up. So this is just really important that they have to line up. And then you can slide this whole assembly through the side of the hole in the base. Now you'll notice on the inside of each one of the cams, there's a letter R or L and the number of the cam. Start with R4, and that slides onto the shaft with the flange facing inward. Then R3, then R2, and then R1, and you'll notice here I accidentally slid it in the wrong way, so don't do that. Much better. Now for the center cam, there's an arrow. Make sure that you slide the arrow facing the right side of the base, and then repeat that on the other end from L1 to L4. Now before you pop the shaft all the way in, make sure you get organized on the side here, make sure everything's lined up the way that I mentioned earlier, and then slide it all the way in, and use the end cap on the other side to hold everything in place. Now again, don't screw it too much because you don't want to break the threads, but enough that it kind of locks into place. Sweet. Slide the center post into the base and snap it in. And then we're going to start sliding the sliders into the holes in the top of the frame in this orientation. So the first 2 go with the links on the back. Then the third one goes with the link in the front. Fourth one, link in the back. The center one, link in the back, link in the front, link in the back, link in the back. Now you can pop the lower curved pieces in, C-clamp them into place. And then slide a screw through the bearing in this link, a washer, and then screw the top curved piece in this orientation. And we're going to do that on this link as well. And you'll see this is the orientation you want. Screw, washer, and then that will screw into the hole in this link right here. And then repeat that on the other side. It might be easier to do the lower link first. I'm not sure. This is where you get to freestyle.